What's up? It's your girl IV4. Let's see what you asked about me. How did you find your sound? It's really just trial and error. I don't feel like I've quote unquote found my sound. I feel like it's ever changing. So as I change, my sound changes. So the first few songs I dropped, they were darker, that's kind of like the place I was in, but it was still me. And as I grow and I change and the songs become bigger and the ideas become more grand, that's still me and that's still like a part of that sound. So yeah, growing and never changing. When is IV4's birthday? It is August 14th. I am a triple Leo. I'm the most Leo you're ever gonna meet. I don't know if you couldn't tell by the hat. I am just bold and beautiful. It's just kind of like me. The Leo embodies me. If you weren't performing, what would be your career? If I wasn't performing, my career, honestly, I'm not sure. I went to school for business management and linguistics, translations. I wanted to do that, work for high corporate companies, translating. They would pay for my school abroad, all that fun stuff. But also, I would love to run a strip club. So very, very different. But I feel like it'd be cool, a female ran strip club, Sticking it to the man. You know what? There's not enough male strip clubs. I've never been to a male strip club that was for women. Even female strip clubs, really I could go and it's for women. We turn up, it's a good vibe. And strip clubs love me. They bump my music all the time. I'm so fun. What's my favorite thing about my job? I literally just wake up and exist and do what I love to do every day, what I'm normally doing, and it's a career. And that's awesome. I don't think anyone could ask for anything more. I wake up, I sing, I get to play dress up, I take photos, I do music videos, I write, I create, I work with other creatives. It's tailor-made for me. It's perfect. I wouldn't choose anything else. If you're not doing something you love, quit your job immediately. Today, right now, if you're watching this at your workplace, just walk out if you don't enjoy it. Because life is too short and it's not guaranteed and all that cliche BS, but also it's just why not do what makes you happy? And people are afraid to take that jump and there's no reason. Fear is, I guess, normal, but it's just a feeling, and it passes. Don't put meaning to all your feelings, just do it. Do you do your own makeup? I do. I don't know if you can tell, I'm not the best at makeup. I can do simple stuff, but I was really just a tomboy growing up. I started working at Hooters. As soon as I turned 18, I was this is gonna be a cool job. People can see that you can be a very sexy, empowered woman and still make money and blah blah blah. And they paid for scholarships and all that. And yeah, it was a terrible mistake. They did not come there to hear my lectures. That's not what it was there for. It was still fun hanging out with the girls. If I could remove one part of Hooters, it was just the men. Other than that, it was great. A1. How did I get my big break? Man, I feel I'm just in a different place than my fans because they're how's this and how's that? And I'm I made it? I'm there yet? It's happening? The first person to listen to my music, that's my big break. That's whenever it became real for me, whenever I saw the view go from 0 to 1. It might have been me or my mom, but we're gonna say it's not. It was really just networking and reaching out to people and just not being afraid to just hit send and be hey, listen to my new song. No one wants to do that, and we all get those, and but some people do. Some people click on it and they share it to their friends, and whether it's good or bad response, it's still getting seen. So I guess just kind of being brave is when I got my big break. Also, I would say dropping my first project. I just dropped Get Rich and Cry Trying. That's a huge thing for me. 1 million streams, 1 million views. It's incredible to know that many people resonate with my music, and it does make me really happy. We threw a party and my mom and my grandma came out and they helped me plan the whole thing. It was a lot of fun. So, and that's thanks to my team. I have a dope team behind me. We're all pushing, and I really appreciate it. How has my style changed in the last 5 years? If we're talking about just the way that I dress, I get this so much. People are so confused by me all the time. Today, I'm very pink and girly, but yesterday I was in all leather and all black makeup. I feel I have some kind of like split personality whenever it comes to like my sense of fashion. Like half my closet's like black and leather and latex and fishnets, and then I've got like all my skater boy stuff and my tomboy outfits, and then everything's like very like rococo and like fluffy and pink and cute. So I really just, you know, Lindsay Lohan, oh, what is that? Confessions of a Teenage Drama Queen inspired my entire everything. She dresses for her mood. Whatever her mood is, that's where she goes. I would say in the past 5 years, it's changed more so where I'm more comfortable just like wearing the most outlandish things. And I feel like being an artist has kind of given me like an opportunity to do so, because people don't expect you to fit in. They want you to stand out. So my closet has tripled in size. Do I believe in aliens? You know, before I go off on my rant, we might have to do like the 3 hours later kind of thing with the SpongeBob situation, but like they're like reptilian aliens here on the planet. That's like the whole thing, is like we're surrounded by those aliens, and I feel like I'm sounding crazy right now. But yeah, either way, yes, I believe in aliens, and I feel like they're all around us. The real question is like, do they believe in us? You know, deep in the heart. What is the hardest thing about my job? The hardest thing about my job is myself, just my own mental. The only thing that stands in anybody's way, I feel like, truthfully, like, is themselves. And for me, being an artist and just having to hopefully like indulge in myself and my ego and my artistry and just all of that, like, it's hard sometimes because you're battling with yourself. You're your own best friend and worst critic, you know, and that does affect, you know, what you're doing with your art and what you're putting out and how you perceive things. So the hardest part of my job is really just staying out of my own way, I would say. The rest of it is just background noise. Do you practice voodoo and spell work? And how'd you get into it? I do. My family, they're West African and they're Haitian on my father's side. And then my mother, she's like Irish and Scottish and Danish and French and all that beautiful European mix. So they're like Celtic, and she also is like pagan herself personally. So just a lot of like spirituality in my family, and I practice like a lot of it, you know, and that's, I mean, voodoo gets like a crazy rep, right, like in movies and stuff, but a lot of it's just about like worshiping your ancestors and, you know, like natural healing and working with your own energy and stuff like that. So I'm pretty like earthy. Like I don't really like taking medication. I do a lot of like natural healing, and I have my own line, Naked Voodoo, and there I do like energy cleansings, and I've got like herbal medicines, like all natural for people and stuff. And I feel like it's also really helped me connect with my fans too. It's kind of like a personal level. Like I'm not just helping them like the music, but also maybe to like help their energy and their health in their life. So pretty cool stuff if you're interested in learning. What is IV4's real name? The world may never know. The world may never know. Ivy is my real name though. Who is IV4's biggest inspiration? My biggest inspiration is my family, to be honest. It's my mom and my nana and my brother and my dad, my sister, and just everybody and all my friends. Everything influences me, you know? They always encouraged me to sing and to perform and to just, you know, pour my heart out and stuff like that. So I do this every day for not only myself and for my fans, but I do it for them, you know? They keep me pushing, creating. What would IV4 say to her younger self? I thought about this the other day for some reason. I don't know why I thought of these questions. I'm like part psychic or something. I wouldn't say anything, not one damn thing. Wouldn't change a thing. I have no regrets. I don't believe in regretting things. Things are supposed to happen exactly as they're supposed to happen. You can't keep looking backwards, like you're gonna miss being present. Like, and it's not about just like looking forwards either. Like you're missing the moments being here. And that's like one thing we really have to focus on is being present. What did IV4 do before music? Oh my God. I worked my ass off. I have worked at least like 12 different jobs, you know, like bartending and waitressing, sign flipping, sweeping floors, cleaning cars, babysitting, whatever I could do to make sure like I could make money to like help my mom, you know, like keep the lights on, put food on the table. You know, my mom's a badass. She would work 3 jobs, you know, and it was kind of up to me to be like second mom. So I did a lot of things, but music was always just like my main thing. And one day I finally just took that leap. I was like, I'm done like serving beets and pickles, you know, to people at juniors. I'm out of here. And by taking that jump, like I get to do what I love every day now, and it's doing pretty all right. What made you push through those days you felt like giving up? I mean, those days still happen. Those are every other days, you know? Like, I wish I had like some kind of something to give you, but it's more of just like a feeling, I guess. It's more of experience, dealing with like depression and anxiety, you know, my entire life growing up, and then also not being like in a very financially stable like household. It's just like I've been through like a lot of bad, you know? And by always holding it out just like one more day, like tomorrow does get better. So my entire project, Get Rich and Cry Trying, the one I just dropped, it's really just about that. It's about pushing and persevering and becoming like the best version of myself despite, you know, like hard times and trials and tribulations. And it's not always sad, you know, it's not always like awful. It's very up and down, and that's life, you know? Like, it's never just like a gradual incline. It's up and down and all over the place. But just being able to create and grow into the beautiful human that I have become. What's your best quality and your worst quality? My best quality, I would say, is my ability to just let roll off, right? And these are about to contradict, because my worst quality is I get in my feelings, but I get in my feelings like immediately. And then I just let that take me over entirely. I am running on 100% emotion all the time. But I do have the ability to stop myself and be like, it doesn't matter. Like, woosah. How fun was it to make the video for Can't Find Love in LA? It was so fun. It was a party. Like, honestly, like if it looked like a party, it's because it was. It was a long shoot. It was like 14 hours. I was exhausted. I was cold. Like, we were outside. I was riding on a motorcycle. But like all day long, I actually, we had a couple extras that called out, and we needed a couple girls to come in to be in the fight scene. And so I just put out like a very big post on my Instagram, like, hey, like if anyone wants to come through and be in my music video, like we're gonna have snacks, we're gonna have drinks, like it'll be a vibe and you can come meet me. And I only expected maybe like a couple girls to show up, and like 30 to 40 women showed up to this shoot, like, and they kept coming. We had to turn people away. Like, I had a girl, like she left on her lunch break and just said she wasn't going back to work. She quit her job to stay there and hang out. That's how much fun it was. How do you come up with ideas for your video shoots? Honestly, like a lot of it comes from Instagram, because Instagram's one of my favorites. Like, I should be sponsored. Instagram is amazing, and it's specifically for the For You page or whatever that is, because there's so many artists. Like, I follow so many artists and like graphic designers and clothing artists, or I really like old Hollywood movies, so there's like a lot of like posts about that too, and it just gives me stuff to research, and whenever like I look into it, I'm like, oh, that inspired me. So movies and photos, different colors, different like sound bites, memes, like everything. It's really cool. Like, I'm a movie fanatic. I've watched thousands and thousands of movies, like love movies. Favorite movies? Oh God, okay. I have a hard time picking favorite anythings, but you know what? I've got like a list of ones that I've been watching recently that I love. I love anything witchy and anything LGBTQIA+. So let's get it cracking. I like Tu Wong Fu, Thanks for Everything, Julie Newmar, The Craft, Witches of Eastwick, Twitches. We're just gonna keep going on with all like the witchy movies. Rocky Horror Picture Show. All scary movies. I love like all the Friday the 13th and Nightmare on Elm Street, Darkness Falls. Like, we could go on and on and on. Does IV4 play any instruments? I do play a lot of them, all very poorly. I'm not extremely trained. I am just average enough at like so many things that I could probably get away with it, you know? I'm learning guitar right now, hence why, if you know me, you know my acrylics are like 3 inches long all the time. They are gone. I should learn drums next and then just run around the stage doing my entire set myself. Yeah, I also took like tons of dance lessons. I do a lot. I get bored easy. I have a lot of hobbies. Thank you guys so much for all of your questions. I hope you learned a little bit about me, and I will see you next time.